Namaskar. Hari Brahma. The most powerful king in ancient India sat on his throne, surrounded by armies, wealth, glory, and wept. Not from grief, not from loss, from a question he could not answer. I have everything, but why do I feel nothing? His name was Janak, and the man who walked into his court to answer that question was not a general, not a minister. He was a boy, crippled, twisted in body, and named Ashtavakra Muni. The court laughed at him. Ashtavakra looked at the king and said 8 words that ended search forever. You are not what you think are. That same answer is waiting for today, because Janak's question, I have everything, why do I feel nothing, is the most asked question even in 2026 also. The modern society has no answer for it. Meditations, therapies, distractions, they treat the symptom, not the disease. Today, I am talking about the disease. Welcome to the ISWOR global community, a sanctuary of the modern seeker. If you are tired of the noise of the world, if your mind is heavy and you are searching for genuine peace, you are finally in the right place. Before we journey deeper into today's ancient truth, drop your shoulders, take a slow, deep breath. I invite you to subscribe this channel and join our growing global family. Like this video so the universe can guide it to someone who desperately needs to hear this message today. And please drop a comments below. Say hello, share where you are watching from, and let us walk this path together. To understand why you feel so lost, we must travel back in Treta Yuga. Long before modern psychology existed, there was a great king named Janak. King Janak had wealth, immense power, and massive kingdom. Yet his mind was tormented by crippling anxiety. He could not sleep. Sound familiar? Into his luxurious court walked a sage named Ashtavakra. His body was bent and deformed in 8 places. The arrogant courtiers laughed at him, but Ashtavakra did not care about the cell of the body. When he spoke, he did not give the king a comforting lie. He did not give him breathing exercise. He gave him a sword, the sword of absolute truth. The Ashtavakra Gita is the purest, most uncompromising text of Advaita Vedanta. Ashtavakra looked at the trembling king and asked a piercing question. "O king, last night you dreamed you were a beggar, starving in the streets. Today you sit on a throne as a king. Which one is real, the beggar or the king?" Before Janak could answer, Ashtavakra delivered the strike. Neither. Both are illusions. You are the consciousness witnessing the beggar, and you are the consciousness witnessing the king. And I am telling to you, when you go to a movie theater and watch a tragedy, you cry, your heart races, your palm sweat. Why? Because you forgot you are sitting in a safe chair. Your identity completely with the flickering lights on the screen. Ashtavakra says, You are not your anxiety. You are not your bank account. You are not your divorce, your past trauma, or your failures. Those are just scenes playing in the movies of your life. You are the silent, infinite, untouched screen on which the movie is playing. You are pure, untainted consciousness, the eternal observer. When a modern man and woman finally understands this, when you realize you are just witnessing the drama, the heavy backpack of stress drop on the floor, you finally breathe. The mind becomes completely, beautifully silent. This is the ultimate realization of Ekang Brahma, the one supreme reality. You are that. And I want you to listen this very carefully. A silent screen is peaceful, but it is entirely empty. If Ashtavakra gives you the ultimate silence, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita gives you the ultimate song. Think about your daily life, your office politics, your family disputes, your financial struggles, the constant battle for survival. That is your battlefield. That is your modern Kurukshetra. 5,000 years ago, the greatest warrior of his time, Arjuna, stood on a similar battlefield. He was paralyzed by anxiety. He dropped his weapons. He sat on his chariot and cried. And who was driving his chariot? Not a strict, punishing God sitting in the clouds, not a harsh judge waiting to condemn him. His driver was Sri Krishna, the supreme lover, the ultimate friend. Throughout the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna guides Arjuna through brilliant logic, duty, and deep meditation. But at the very end, in the 18th chapter, Sri Krishna reveals the ultimate hidden secret of Sanatan Dharma. He looks at his weeping friend and essentially says, "Hey Arjun, drop all the rules, drop all the calculations, drop your religious duties and your fears. Just surrender to me in love, and I will carry your burden. I will liberate you." You see, Ashtavakra teaches you how to empty the cup of your mind. But Krishna teaches you what to fill it with. A mother does not stay awake all night with a sick child because of logic. A lover does not cross oceans because of mathematics. They do it because of love. These universe, not just a silent, cold, empty space of atoms and gravity. It is a living, breathing romance. The energy that keeps your heart beating while you sleep. The warmth of the sun on your face. That is the divine silently whispering, "I am holding you." This is the truth of Premang Paramam, the supreme love. The sword of Ashtavakra has shown you what you are. Infinite, untouchable, beyond every storm the world can manufacture. When someone insults you, your soul is not touched. When you lose the job, the relationship, the plan, the witness within you did not flinch. Ekang Brahma means you are the ocean, not the wave. But Ashtavakra Muni left one question unanswered. If I am infinite, am I alone? This is the question that philosophy cannot answer. Because Infinity without love is just an empty sky. And this is where Sri Krishna lifts the flute. Do you know why Sri Krishna chose the flute and not the conch, not the drum, not the sword? Because a flute only makes music when breath passes through it. It does not produce its own sound. It receives the divine, becomes a song. Premang Paramam, supreme love. Not the love that you need a reason. Not the love that calculates what it receives. The love that exists before you were born and will continue after every identity you were has dissolved. The universe is not watching you indifferently. It is not a cold machine running equations. It is completely madly in love with you. Every door that closed was protecting you from a room that was not yours. Every loss you could not explain was the universe removing what was blocking the light. Every midnight of the soul, every 3 a.m. when you sat alone asking yourself, why is this happening to me? You were not being punished. You were being prepared. You do not need to change your religion to receive this. You do not need to quit your life and disappear into a cave in the Himalayas. You can sitting in a frustrating traffic jam in Los Angeles. You can drinking a cup of tea alone in a small kitchen in London. You can be negotiating a business deal under pressure in Tokyo, or you can in office in Hyderabad. And in that exact moment, you can hold both truth simultaneously. My soul is infinite and it is loved. The sword gives you fearlessness. The flute gives you belongings. And these two awaken together. The world throws its words storms and you just smile. Not because life became easy, because you finally know you are the director's favorite character in this story. And he has never once looked away. Ekang Brahma Premang Paramam, one truth, two wings, one light. This is not a philosophy. This is your nature remembered. If something in what you just heard is the truth for you, if something in your chest recognized it before your mind could explain it, that recognition is the path. Stay on it. Subscribe this community, not for content, but for companionships on this journey. And share this video with one person who is quietly carrying the weight of that unanswered questions. They were waiting for this, just like you were. Join the ISWOR movement. Step out the emptiness and step into love. Ekang Brahma, Premang Paramam. Hari Brahma.